Creators put out a post. Apparently, it's a little concerning here. We're changing how we update Arc Raiders. Here's what it means for you. This is the big news here. Okay, hi Arc Raiders. Arc has grown far beyond anything we imagined at launch, and every day we see players continuing to shape life in the Rust Belt in ways that inspire us as developers. With that in mind, we want to talk about our update cadence moving forwards. We saw the last 4 months, every single month they had an update. It always came like the very last day of the update, with the biggest one being at month 4, which of course was the new map Riven Tides. We're changing how we update the game. When Arc Raiders launched, we planned to offer monthly updates. The intention was to keep you all engaged. To engage, the game always felt fresh, and to give you reasons to keep braving topside. But once the game was in players' hands, we saw the kind of long-term experience we want to create for Arc Raiders requires more transformative updates. And it's taken them a lot of time just to review all of the bugs and get all of those things patched as well. Nonetheless, over time, we've found that the pressure of a monthly cycle limits how impactful these updates can be. You feel it, we feel it too. Running at that pace isn't sustainable or compatible with the bigger ambition that we have for this game, which is already, people are already saying that this is not enough updates, it's not enough content for the mega grinders for the game for sure, right? I think a lot of the casual players are already at a decent pace for this game. They're probably maybe even struggling to keep up with some of the cadence for the expeditions that have been going on. They just finished the third and final expedition for the first skin set that they have in the game. So, okay, major updates will come twice a year. If we were looking at this and we were kind of estimating like quarterly big updates, 4 times a year, getting a new map, which is what we were kind of at with this. This is kind of the Q1, the very end of Q1 here. They're pulling off the new map. Of course, every month we had these like new events and things that were happening. So this is a cutting in halfening of what we were anticipating there. Going forward, we made the decision to release major updates twice a year. Larger in scale, more impactful, with the goal of genuinely changing how you play the game. Maybe there's optimism there in the sense that when this update comes out, it'll be more impactful than what they even just did, because the big update that they even did in this quarter, right, was not majorly game-changing. It was a new map, but it wasn't majorly game-changing. Don't worry, a dedicated live service team will continue running Arc Raiders day to day. Regular live updates, balance fixes, bug fixes, store updates, and player events aren't going anywhere. Now, the player events are like little things. You go out, collect stuff, you get cosmetic rewards and things like that. You can get some coins for the game and everything. This additional development space also allows us to invest more deeply in the health of Arc Raiders, from progression and economy balancing to fair play and anti-cheat efforts, which the economy is already like it's been needed balancing since the beginning of the game, right? We know what the super valuable things are. That's one of the reasons that black markets exist on this game. There's seed markets going on. People even buying stuff for cash and currency because, of course, they don't have RMT protection for things that a lot of other extraction shooters work towards. Nonetheless, we know that these are foundational to the experience, especially in a game where every encounter and extraction matters. Frozen Trail, our biggest update yet. So that would anticipate bigger than what we saw from, of course, this beach update. Our next major update lands in October, and it's the largest we've released since launch. This isn't just about volume. It's designed to address the broader questions the community has been asking for. Here's a taste of what's coming. A sprawling new frontier. Explore a new landscape in the Rust Belt with layered designs and new mysteries to uncover in the largest map in the game. So the newest one that we got of the hotel map is a relatively smaller map. It feels quite large, though, because a lot of the verticality, but only 2 extraction points, 3 hatches, a couple key POIs, a big sprawling beach that you just kind of get shot on. It's not too crazy. Largest map. I think the largest map right now is probably, what is it? Probably Blue Gate, maybe? Maybe Dam. But Blue Gate's got a lot of the underground elements too. Maybe in terms of space, maybe dams large. Spaceport's pretty big too, but if you include all the exterior parts, but not everybody goes out there. It's more like the inside. Anyways, biggest map yet. Very interesting. Our most ambitious Arc operation so far, including new Arc enemies with fresh designs, unique behaviors that will challenge raiders in new ways. Hopefully, not another flying Arc. I think that would be nice. I don't want to deal with a Rocketeer and a Vaporizer and something else flying in the sky in a 3-pack. I don't think I can handle it. I don't know if I could. But okay. New system of progression. Many players have maxed out their Raider dens, hit the skill point ceiling. Frozen Trail will introduce new goals and more ways to shape your Raider's progression. That would be great. Even just baseline, making it so that you can keep leveling up past the level cap would already help with some of the progression. Like, instead of clamping it down and having no reason to continue progressing, you know what I mean? Also, T-Drizzle, welcome to the squad. Brand new member of the Mountaineers. Frozen Trail will introduce new goals as whole, though. Hopefully that's good. I mean, yes, sir, I hope so. Exploring the origin of the Arc as well. Yeah, they really haven't touched much on the story. I guess you could play the story or do like the quest and get some of the story from that. They have like some short cutscenes and stuff. But that would be interesting. Exploring the story. What are the Arc? Where do they come from? Frozen Trail gives raiders the opportunity to begin uncovering that mystery. Improved skill tree. There's a lot of skills that are just useless. I think we're pretty locked in on the meta of the skill tree at this point. Now, keep in mind, this is all going to be coming in October. So this is like 4 months out. So I don't even think that's, like, you can't even plan around this at this point if you're a player. Alongside new weapons, items, instruments, cosmetics, and more. Always like new weapons. Items have been, I will say, lackluster, even in the ones that they updated now. Like a parachute, the ruined parachute, honestly, would be better than the powered descender, and it'd be a lot easier, just some cloth. So you could fall down from some high places would already be like a massive improvement, because the powered descender is already like, doesn't do much anyways. But okay, here's their note. It's important to understand we're not just stacking new content on top of the existing experience. We're refining the core systems to support a more meaningful long-term experience, one you genuinely want to keep returning for. Frozen Trail is just the beginning of where we want to take Arc Raiders, and we'll share more in the coming months. Starting next week, a new trader is also coming. Next week, we're introducing a new fresh mechanic designed for late-game players, a new trader from a nomadic tribe of surface dwellers. Many of these have invested a lot into the game. Many of you have. And there's a few common problems that we're hearing about. You're holding a lot of high-value items with no way to offload them in rewarding ways. Your stash is filling up with the game's new items, and we have increased the capacity. Wait. Is this what I was talking about the other day where I said copy marathon and increase the stack size of the items that you put in on your stash? That would be incredible. Make it so a single stash of heavy ammo is like 300, please. That would be promising. Maybe they just increasing the actual stash size. I can't read. I'm reading a lot of words wrong. Wait, am I screwing this stuff up? Oh shoot, what am I screwing? I might be sleeping, guys. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Haven't increased. Your stash is filling up with game's new items, and we haven't increased the capacity. Oh. Yeah, I haven't slept, guys. I haven't slept enough. Okay. All right. Well, we're cooked then. Then that's not good news. Yup. But, hold on. Because they're at least saying that they're hearing the problems. These are the problems. Which at least would tell me that the solution is them increasing the space or doing something about it. At least they're addressing the problem. We keep reading? Okay. Very few of you are going on these expeditions. What? Either because it's not rewarding enough or because it's too painful to part with your favorite items and blueprints. Are few of you guys going on the expeditions? I mean, I'm going on them, but I might be a sweat. I have heard a lot of people saying they're not going on. I'm not for sure. I don't. Yeah, I don't think the skill points are honestly that worth it. Especially since they nerfed, like, they keep nerfing the skill points that are even worth taking. It's like, what's the point? Never even done one of them. Do a poll. Oh, we might do that later. Very few of you are going on the expedition. Okay, so then what's the solution? What are they doing? The new trader unlocked at level 25 offers unique rewards, rare items, and cosmetics in exchange for high-value items. He'll take items off your hands in return for these weekly rotating rewards, but he may sometimes ask you to go and find specific rare items to trade. Interesting. So they're not increasing the space. Instead, they're going to try and take the items that you're holding in your inventory out of your inventory. That doesn't seem good to me. I'm not going to lie. I feel like we just need more inventory because there's a lot of the stuff that I keep so I can do runs. If you end up going into PvP and you lose like 5 or 6 times, your inventory drains and then you're cooked. Keep reading. Okay. I'm just thinking. Okay, man, let me think a little bit. Okay, so a new trader will take some of those high-value items, extra stash space to help you increase your capacity. So, okay, see, I can read. Technically, I misread the thing earlier, but it ended up being the thing that I was going to read later, so it ended up working to come in full circle, guys. Extra stash space is phenomenal. Thank you, bro. How much, though? Are they giving us one more row? How much rows are we getting? Please. Oh my gosh, dude. That would actually be so nice having more stash space. It's so painful, bro. The Expedition Vault. This allows you to carry over up to 5 items across the expedition. So you can set your new raider up with your favorite items or blueprints. Ooh. See, the thing is, a lot of people already have a solution to this where they can bring as much stuff as they want. That's why at the beginning of the expedition, when I went into duos with my buddy, everybody died immediately in the first minute. So then I just surrendered too because all of those guys surrendered too. You know what I'm talking about? Some of you do. Anyways, this is just one of the part of the broader set of improvements that are arriving this year. Built for the long term, one thing that has become increasingly clear since launch is how important progression and player goals are to the Ark experience. If you love Ark Raiders, you want more reasons to keep returning to the Rust Belt, and we want to build systems that continue evolving alongside of the game. Honestly, even if there was some way to build up cash, that's also, like, that's what a lot of people do. Isn't it like Cloaksy or somebody puts in the title, like 16 million coins, maybe it was Symphony or somebody on Twitch, but they had it in their title, like, oh, I got 10 million, 15 million coins. That's the only thing that's like long-term you could build up and brag about. But that doesn't even really matter anyways. Like, there's nothing associated with that anyways. We want to build systems continue evolving the game. So anyways, yeah, that would be good. I mean, that would be great. Some of the progression improvements that we want to implement simply need more development time that we haven't been able to address properly while running on a monthly cycle. Moving to a larger updates allows us to spend more time refining the systems players engage with the most. We're working to deepen the progression across multiple areas of Ark Raiders while continuing to expand how players shape and personalize their Raiders. We're also investing more into the features like trials so they remain reliably fun to engage with, not a grind. And this is the only real long-term engagement that they have, I think, for a lot of people, is the or like the built-in system at least, because like you can farm a bunch of cash. It's not like the system actually wants you to do that. But there is a trial system where you go in one raid, do one perfect raid as best as you can, which is kind of an interesting concept. I personally don't really like it that much, so I'd never do it. But like sometimes I get some 3 stars, but even the rewards from the trials are so lackluster. I can just go in PvE and get all the stuff done in a day that I need to. I don't need to do any of that. So that would be good, if it was better. We're also putting effort into making the expedition projects more rewarding, less punishing to pursue. This is an ongoing part of Ark Raiders' evolution, and we'll start seeing the first steps of that very soon. So we don't even have to wait for October to see the results of that, hopefully at least. The bigger picture is important to us that players understand something about where our collective Embark brain is at. Our ambitions go far beyond what players have seen so far. We want to go further in showing you the wider universe of Ark Raiders. We think about Ark Raiders as an experience that should continue expanding over time, And right now, we're still early in that journey. The biannual cadence gives us the opportunity to develop, to build future updates with more intention, ensuring that gameplay, progression, narrative, and the world itself all move forward together. And I think this is the thing. A lot of people got so hooked on the game. They want this to be a massive, fast-paced thing that, it just has pumped content out on. That's something that like Fortnite did pretty well as soon as it started getting traction because it had already done 5 or 6 years of work building the foundation for it so that they can do that and pursue it, right? I am hoping that, that's all I can really see here. From their bigger picture of what they're saying they're doing here, it seems in line. I'm hoping that actually is the case because not many games actually do that where they spend the time that they need to build it up to get to where it's at. That they can do that, first of all, so that they can produce faster, right? Like one of the limitations, I'm sure they didn't anticipate the game going as well as it did. If they hire and build bigger teams now that can work simultaneously on more content for the future, that would be great. But I'm sure it takes time to get the people on that they need for that, to build up the systems to do that. That's what I'm hoping is assumed here. But then the other half of that is that by the time they get to that point, that they still have enough players around to then capitalize and actually work on that and to do something with it. Because the older the game gets, it's also harder to do that. Sometimes there's only that one window at the beginning of it where they can do it. You want to build, but it also doesn't even work out in the same way of what it could have been earlier on. Even like with some of the systems on my stream, like I try to create these cool things. It would have been so much better if I had these things working a year ago, 5 years ago, but I can't build fast enough even myself. Of course, I'm a much smaller operation on that front, but I can see some of it there. And some of the window on that just won't even matter if there's not the people around anymore. Like in Warzone era, I could have done a lot more off of a lot of the stuff. And I did pretty good on a lot of it, but I could have done even more. Right now, Raiders are facing the escalating ARC threat, and the society in Speranza may feel helpless against it, but Raiders aren't built to stay on the back foot. The goal has always been bigger than survival. It's about one day reclaiming the surface. And this is where, honestly, I think the biggest tie-in to this that I see is No Man's Sky. Have you guys seen that game? They came out as an absolute dud, but with the ambitions of wanting to do some amazing stuff. And they built their systems up, so now they are flying, man. I feel like every year or every 6 months on that sake, these guys keep dropping some incredible updates for their game that are just impressive. And that's been one of the biggest turnaround stories. If they could do something like that, that's where I see the hope. But like they are doing big initiatives on their game constantly. They're saying they're doing big initiatives in this game, but I guess I think that for me, one of the biggest determinants, I know a lot of people already, you guys are even saying, I don't even care about it anymore. A lot of people have already left ARC. They're not coming back. They were never interested, I think, really in the game itself in the first place. I think they were more interested in the social aspect of the game. And it was the most popular game. It had proximity chat. It had a lot of things that other games, like Battlefield came out, and they refused to do it. No proximity chat, no talking with people, no fun allowed. Clamp down hard on that. Whereas Arc Raiders is like, go wild, sandbox it, have fun. It's kind of the sandbox that a lot of people used to get out of it. Now that element isn't it, like people don't stay for the trials. They don't stay. They're not doing the quests. Even look at like the like Peanut, right? I don't think he ever did any Did he do any weapons building or quests, trials? Any of the mechanics that are in the game? I don't think so. And I think a lot of people were like that as well. They were just playing it for the experience, not for the game of what was there. And I don't think that's the player's fault by any means. I think it just they didn't have the hooks in on a lot of those things that are with it. But anyways, Frozen Trials will start to progress this goal and expose elements to this challenge, but it really is just the beginning. We aim to constantly shift the paradigm that Arc Raiders operates under, so you feel the effects of your actions and perseverance against Arc. Yeah, I mean, we'll see where their vision takes them, man. We'll see where their vision takes them. They definitely had a lot of players. I think people at least know the game enough though that if they do come out with something, it's kind of like Battlefield 2. Battlefield comes out with a new update, we go and check the update out. Now, not everybody does. In fact, probably most people don't. But I like Battlefield. Same thing. Halo. If Halo came out with a new game, I'd go check it out. It'd probably be a mistake because of where it's at now, but I'll probably go check it out. I think the same thing probably would be true for these guys too at this point, especially with the amount of players that they hit. And I see best case as, they actually build these systems for the long term. They build up in the team so they can actually build and develop faster. So that way, when they do release something big, now we're set. Let's say they do this big update, the second big update, maybe the third big update. I know that's crazy because now we're talking a year and a half out. But if they are then at a point where it's like, all right, now we can do a new map every month or whatever crazy new game mode or something they have with it, where they built their stuff up and now they can fire as fast as some of these other things, that would be interesting. To me, that's like we added an entirely different mode that's a PvE only mode that actually bangs. It's actually good. You know how like Call of Duty's got like zombies and that's actually pretty good? Or at least, maybe it's still good. I don't know. But they have like the multiplayer side that's actually, you might not think it's good, but they got millions of people that play that every year. And they got millions of people that play just zombies every year as well. But they just play the game for zombies. That's kind of like a bigger expansion to me, not just a new map with that. So we'll see if they can deliver that. I don't know. But I was definitely impressed with their launch, that's for sure.